it's only been a few hours since we last spoke, but looking ahead to Aston Villa, Unai Emery in particular, are they a bit of an unknown quantity in some respects, given that we saw them have those 3 competitive games and then he's had this break to work with the players?
Yes, but I think what you can expect is Unai stands for a specific kind of football and was really successful and did an incredible job at Villarreal, not only there but now recently there. And what you saw in the first few games they played and the games we could see in this preseason now looks quite similar because it's a good way to play and it's his way and it's how he wants to organize the team. And so yes, of course we don't know exactly what to expect, what you never know exactly what you expect, and but we know, at least we have an idea how they will try to cause us problems, and so that's what we prepare for. We have our analyze obviously started already as well, and so now we have 2 days time to create a plan to cause them problems.
You won't have seen what Jamie Carragher said because you were out on the pitch when he was talking about your prospects, but he was talking about the fact that any new investors would have to come in and spend 250 million pounds in the summer to get you closer to the top again. I mean, is that the sort of money that it would take, do you feel?
Ooh, it's Christmas time, huh? I don't know about the amount of money and stuff like this, what you need exactly, but I'm not against investment, to be honest, that's clear, but yeah, we will see what the future brings. Nobody knows that in a moment, and but I'm still convinced it will be good. The future is bright for us, but in a moment we have to sort the situation, so nothing to do with any kind of future investments or stuff, or investors or whatever. We have to sort the presence, and that's what we are working on.
What about January? I mean, is there a prospect of anyone coming in? There's obviously been a lot of talk about Jude Bellingham specifically.
In January?
Yeah, well that's the question really. I mean, is that a deal that can only be done in the summer?
Oh, I'm the wrong person. Are you from the buying side or the selling side? Or I don't know. I'm the wrong person to ask that. I don't know. You have to ask other people about that. But January, in our situation, I think is but we always say in this moment because it's true. We are from the sports side. We are always prepared. That's how it is. It's always clear what kind of ideas we have, what kind of or how the necessity is from our point of view, and that's clear. But all the rest doesn't lie 100% in our hands. That's how it is, and so we have to. And we always work with what we've got. So and that will not change. And I think you can imagine the situation we are in. That yeah, we are probably looking. If something happens, we will see.
Thank you. Jurgen, obviously there were a few injuries around last night's game. Bobby, you said, had an issue with training. James Milner came off. Alex wasn't quite there. So how are we looking now, 24 hours on, with Bolton?
Yeah, Millie didn't get better since then. Will be out for a couple of games. Same for Bobby, but with Bobby it's like this. He's already on the better side of it. I mean, it's only a few days ago, but it's not a major thing. So we will look day by day with him. And Ox is fine. Ox was ill, and like Trent, some of the stuff as well. So that's why we have to be careful in the moment. Absolutely, like everybody, I think it's going around, and so let's make planning really difficult for the next game because everything is we're 100% clear what we want to do against City, and then you have to change in the last second pretty much. That's not cool, but it's a situation, and that might happen against Aston Villa as well. So we need just to be flexible, stay flexible. Apart from that, Verge trained now, obviously completely normal, so we'll be there. Trent hopefully will be better, and was not part of the full session, but of parts. Let's see how that develops until tomorrow. Anybody else? No, that's it.
Well, how do you feel approaching this restart of the Premier League coming. Are you excited about
Yeah.
it? Is there a sense of
Yeah.
trepidation with the competition that there is?
Oh, I don't even know the word. What was it?
Is there a sense of anxiety, if you like?
No.
Increased competition around it?
Ooh, no. No, that's not that. So we are really excited about it. We are really happy to go again, really, like this. It's all the players who are back from the World Cup now look really on it. So that's very important. I think some of them could really gain confidence, even though it probably was not that low before, but a good World Cup, like for Hendo, for example, is for sure helpful. And so, no, we are really looking forward to what's coming up. But we know it's intense, and there are never guarantees out there, and we know that all the others, I can imagine at Arsenal, everybody's buzzing to go again. City, you saw last night, they have expectations and ambitions, and so that's how it is. And there are much more teams. We obviously left a gap between us and much more exciting spots in the table, but we consider ourselves for the moment in punching distance, and that means we have to chase, and that's what we will do. And I saw good signs last night. I was not happy with everything. Didn't like our counter press, to be honest. Or pretty much it was not existing, which I don't like. With the lineup, which was really only a few hours before the game clear how we have to play or will play, we had the time to adapt. It was clear we need that, but it was a bit. City could have scored before they scored, so, and that's what I didn't like. And after that, we found a way in the game. That's positive. So it's a mix. The game last night, and it's against a super team. Not to forget, if we play our best football, they cause us problems in moments. That's clear. So yes, but, and that was the question, and that's the case. We are really looking forward to the games coming up.
Does that give you cause for optimism then, with what lies ahead, given what you saw?
Yeah. There's a reason for optimism, definitely. But optimism, the problem is I'm a very optimistic person, so that doesn't mean a lot. And if we know that Aston Villa will be a massive test. That's how it is. This is a tough place to go anyway, but now especially, I would say, and that's why we have to prepare for. But for them, it's not that easy as well. So what do they know about us, and what do they know about themselves? Who have these friendlies, pre-season friendlies behind closed doors. They had one, I think, against Everton, if I'm right. Nobody knows anything about that. That's really rare in the world of football. You cannot get a lineup. You cannot get nothing. Or maybe you have it. Anybody has a lineup from that game? Look. Still possible, and so there is there are kind of a few uncertainties, but that's no problem. That's what we deal with all the time, and so 2 more days to prepare, and then let's go.
Thank you very much.
Well, welcome.
Hi, Jürgen. So it's obviously difficult to think about form because nobody's been playing for so long. Their last game was a win at Brighton, which was a great result, and Danny Ings, who I know you know very well and have a lot of time for, scored twice in that game, and it's difficult, I suppose, to leave a club like Liverpool at times and go on from strength to strength, but he seems to be able to do that now. He'll be a real threat.
Yeah. The thing is, he didn't make it in the end. Let me say it like this: he was just because of injuries, and of course, and then a player in his age needs to and wants to play regularly, and we couldn't offer that in that moment. So, and that was the only reason. There was no other reason. It was never, the quality was never in doubt, not for a second. And he showed it at Southampton, showing you now at Aston Villa. So that's clear. But they have other good strikers on top of that. I think at least 1 or 2 of the games they played now was with Watkins and Bailly up front. It's massive speed. They found their 4-4-2, so there's maybe only space for 2 strikers. But Bailly could play the wing as well. So we will see how they will come. But Ings, when he's on the pitch, is always a threat. He's a real goal-getter. So like in the pure sense, and that makes him really dangerous for each opponent.
I know we've spoken a little bit about it so far today, but are you expecting, or do you think the break for the World Cup will have an effect on the rest of the season? We're not quite halfway.
Could, but we don't know yet. What can I say? It would be just guessing. I have no idea. We will see that. We hope that it has some positive effect, especially even when our last spell before the break was absolutely okay. I don't think about these kind of things, but I think we won 8 out of 10 games, if I'm right. I read it somewhere, so that was good. If we would have done that in the 10 games before, we would be in a different situation. And so, no, it's a lot to come, and we don't think about the break anymore, really. So it's now for us, it's now the start for something new, building on the things we did so far, knowing we can do better, expecting from ourselves we do better. Find a way to win a football game and start with that on Boxing Day.
And you've got obviously a lot of games to play now over Christmas and New Year. But with the break, I know it's the same for all teams, but is that harder because you've had that break to get going again with all those games?
I don't know. We will see. I wouldn't see a reason for it, or cannot see a reason for it, but we will see. We will see. So we have players, they have rhythm, some. So just want to say Hendo had rhythm in that period, training, games. Ali had probably rhythm. So all the others have more or less. Ibu maybe you can say he had rhythm. All the others had a break. They were at the World Cup. Fabinho and Trent, they played minutes there, but it was training more or less. Now a week off starting. I cannot see a massive effect. It's for the players who play a lot. Virtual obviously has rhythm. For the players who played a lot during the World Cup, the whole year will be incredibly intense, because that it's not that they have now 3 or 4 games more in a fully packed schedule anyway, and that's really, really, really tough. But for the moment, and we have to see how we deal with that, and we will be really careful with all these, with all the informations we get. But for the moment, it may be everybody should be fine.
Carl?
Hi.
You spoke earlier about players who came back from the World Cup with more confidence, having done well personally. But what about those who came back with maybe a more disappointing experience of Qatar?
So long ago, I don't know who that could be. So Welsh played a good World Cup. They didn't go that far, for example. And I don't think Fabinho or Trent lost any kind of confidence just because they didn't play now that many minutes. So it's not about that. Who could? No, Darwin. No sign for that. All these kind of things. It's not for some. It's a boost, and for others, it's a normal situation. So we footballers are used to deal with setbacks or with missing expectations or targets. That's happens every year pretty much. So it doesn't. We don't carry that with us too long. No, I'm not worried about that.
Were you expecting Canate back?
His first session will be the 27th. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously during the World Cup it emerged that Julian Ward will be leaving his position at the end of the season. I just wondered how big a surprise that came to you, and what kind of impact that might have on what the club be planning to do in the meantime.
Was a surprise when Julian told me, but we work completely normal together until that day when he will leave. So Julian's 100% committed, and everything is fine. We never had a problem, will not have a problem, so it's all fine. And when he told it, I think it was after Southampton game. I was surprised in that moment, but that's his decision, and that's okay. It will have no impact for this period.